What do we have here? Why, it's Mr. Miyagi working on the lane yet again. Now we're nearly done with the lane stuff now, to be honest. This is to our benefit. Just make it a little bit easier for us. Well, we still want to keep it so that you've got to use a 4x4 to be able to comfortably traverse this. We're not making it so it's like a road for cars to drive down. Strictly 4x4 territory. Not pretty work, highly effective. So what's the plan then, Reese?
I'll work it out. Where to start. So the next bit we want to dig up is an area that I scratched on yesterday, and we're hoping that we can uncover some traditional old cobbles. So I'm mindful not to be scratching too hard and to rake them up, because I don't think they're like the old fashioned like Yorkshire cobbles. I think they're more like small stones placed as a ground covering way back in history when the house was built or when it was used, rather than walking around in the mud. And it would be nice if we could retain some of the character of it, but obviously with a 4-ton digger you're not even going to know that you've dug it up. So I just want to gently scrape here whilst Joe has a closer look at where the bucket is, and see if there is a layer of cobbles coming down around this corner, because my mind is hoping that those small cobbles that we see over there just to the right hand side of the bucket there carry on up the hill in front of the house, because that would be absolutely beautiful if we can restore those. But we just go at it nice and gently, and just creating a big pile of scrapings, which I'll sight the digger and load onto the tipper from one position, and then we can drop it all off then down on the new gateway that we're making into the lower field, because the ground levels are out by about 12 feet I think, so we've got to create a 12 foot to nothing ramp using something. So I think as a way of moving the spoil from one part of the site to the other, that's the best suited we've got for it right now, rather than finding somewhere to just dump it. So we'll have a go. I'll gently scrape whilst Joe keeps her eyes on it and tells me to stop if she sees me pulling something up that we want to keep. So here we go.
very promising. So this is what we were hoping for. Excellent. So it's going to slow us down a fair bit, but it'll be worth it. Obviously, it's going to sustain a bit of damage because you can't possibly do this type of work and have it completely intact. But we will work on it in such a way that we've just got minimal fixing after the event. Fantastic. Shall we crack on? So here we have the increasingly spotted Reese underneath Mr. Miyagi. He's an old boy, we knew that. So we're going to do something now. Well, I say we, but Reese is going to do something now to improve well, the tension ultimately on the track, as well as the accessibility of a grease nipple on the jockey wheel. So we can just speed up whenever we need to do some maintenance on the track. We are thinking of getting a new set of tracks for him, but we're not in a position to do that right this minute. So until then, or actually something that somebody else has suggested, so anyone who's got lots of experience of this type of size excavator, it's just over 4 tons. Somebody who's very experienced in the use of these did suggest to us that actually it might be wise for us to take one link out each side, get the jockey wheel back in as far as possible, and that might deal with some of the tensioning issues and get us another couple of years' life out of these tracks. So any comments and advice from the experience, please? You're always welcome to share that experience with us. Thank you.
I can't see how to get those pins out though.
No, but there's got to be a way. So we'll chat to that chap again, and he'll tell us the way.
I can't see there's a method other than a press, which means you'd have to have the track in a workshop. I mean, you can unbolt the plate simple enough, but getting that pin out and that pin out and putting that in there, I just can't see. So what we're going to do, because the tracks are what we believe stretched, and I can believe that with 7,000 hours on it, it says on the interweb that between 1,500 hours and 7,000 hours is the life expectancy of a set of steel tracks. So we're on 6,500 and something hours, so I'm guessing they've seen better days. So you put the jockey wheel, which is up here, back in the end of the assembly, and you fill it full of grease, which pressurizes the piston and pushes the jockey wheel forward to tension it in said direction. Our grease nipple should live here somewhere in the middle, and when you tension it, it should move forward to about here. Ours disappears behind there because we're trying to take up that much slack on the tracks. So we can't put enough grease in it because the grease nipple disappears and wants to snap the end off the grease gun before the track has a clearance of 25 millimeters, which is what I've read on the internet. For a set of steel tracks on a 5-ton machine, there should be, when you grease nipple tensioning the track, there should be no more than 25 mil sag when the track is lifted off the floor. Ours, the closest we can get it, is about 60-70 millimeters. So if we can apply more grease to it, it should protrude further, shortening the amount of slack in it, because this is the same track that's come off now 3 times in a fortnight, which is somewhat frustrating. So I'm just going to have a little grind here and elongate this slot very slightly. There's nothing in behind it, it's just a lump of metal. It's a number 10 mil plate, so it might take a little time to grind. And I'm not wanting to grind it too much, move it too much, Just another 5 or 6 mil, I'm guessing, would probably see the tension. Any amount will see the tension on the track, the slack on the track decrease. As there's grease and sparks, would you go and get the fire extinguisher out of the camper and have it on standby just in case some grease ignites?
I will do. That's got to help.
An elongated slot.
Fab. Right, let's get that jockey wheel sorted. as you can see, another really busy week for us. Moving things about and settling things down so it's just more comfortable for us to work around. Hope you've really enjoyed what we've shared with you today. Please do remember to like and subscribe, and remember we do want to hear from you if you've got any advice on diggers, maintenance, all of those types of things. We do welcome hearing from people who've got experience in this area. So, until next time, take care of yourselves. See you then.